Hello everyone, good afternoon. This is Sharon from Everything Beautiful. Today I want to help you to understand how to measure your window to make your valances. I said why I don't give specific measurements for window balances, and that is because all over the world people are watching and windows are different size. So if I give you a specific measurement, it might not work for you. And if you are not experienced enough to understand what to do to let it work for you, if you're a beginner, what happens, it's going to be too big or too small. And so I've decided to show you how to do some calculations and to make your balances any type of balance that you want. It all starts with measurement. So here I have 40 inches and I have 36 inches and 60 inches, and all these are the width of your windows. Okay, some are small, one is big. Okay, yours might be bigger, yours might be smaller. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to work with 40 inches. So say for instance your window is 40 inches. You want to ensure that when you finish each piece, so you're doing one of those pleated designs that I've showed you, or first you want to do just a flat valance. You just want to cut some squares, shape the bottom and stitch them, and this would be your valance. Okay, so we have three here. Okay, so each piece of this, we're working with 40 inches. We could have use four pieces, which would be 10 inches each, but I've decided to work with three pieces, and that means each piece is going to be about 39 inches. Okay, now 1 inch is left off, so what you could do, you could actually just add in the 1 inch and cut all three pieces equal, and it wouldn't make a difference. Also, it wouldn't make a difference because if you're using the little decorative designs here, chevron, jabots, or whatever it is, you would fill them in the space. Okay, and therefore it would push the curtain back a little, and so there would be no need for you to worry about the 1 inch. But ensure that whenever you cut each piece, what you're going to be doing is cut them 1 inch wider. So if one piece is 13 inches, you're going to cut that 14 inches because of the allowance that you're going to stitch to both sides. Also, when you go to take the measurement for your window, you want to measure from one corner here to the other corner. Okay, and that is the width. The next thing you want to do, you want to measure the height, how long you want it to be. And I can give you a measurement, and this goes to also Bet Vlog, who asked me for a measurement for a valance, and I'll kind of give you some information regarding the valance that you asked about. So you're going to measure from the top here where the rod is, and you're going to come down and decide what suits me best. The space might be small, the valance might be too long or too short. It's a matter of what you prefer, what you like. So you always start up the top. Now, in one of my textbook, and I think when I was doing one of my course, my teacher said that whatever the height, the full curtain is, that is the curtain that you put on the rod, it can be about 1/3. So if your curtain is 90 inches long, the valance the valance can be 30 inches, but that might be too long for some people. Some people prefer 20 inches depending on the space and the size of the window. So that's why I say I cannot give you a specific measurement, but I can show you how to measure so you get a specific design, the way customize the design the way you like it. So always measure from one corner down, look at it and decide this suits me. When you do that, you're going to go to your fabric and or your paper depending on what you're working on. So when you do that, you are going to get your fabric or your paper depending on what you're working on. Okay, so now you have the width here, which is 30 inches, no, 40 inches plus allowance, and now you have the length. So 40 inches maybe by 11 by 20 inches. Okay, so what you do, you mark that out and you cut it, and that would be the width and the length of your valance, and of course with your little allowance. But if you're going to divide it in three pieces, in three pieces, you would have to divide, as I said before, that 40 inches into each piece being being 13 inches or 13 and some fraction. You want to round it off. If you want to round it off to 40, you can also do that. Just cut each piece a little bigger than 13 inches with the allowance also. And this especially is for the beginners, because those who are more experienced have an idea what to do. So now we have cut our three flat valances. These are not pleated, and we would finish these. Okay, I'll finish this, and we would add our rod pocket, and that would give us our nice valance. What if we want to pleat it? Also, another way you can do this, if the window is 40 inches and you want to make something with gathers or with pleat like I show you to, another thing you can do, you can, instead of using 40, you can double this, which makes it 80. You can make it 2.5 times, which is 100, or you can make it 120 inches. That 120 inches would be cut into three equal pieces. So each piece would be 40 inches because you want to pleat it or to gather it or whatever you want to do. So each piece now becomes bigger than this because you want to add design to it. And so if you notice here, this is the center, and see how big I've made it. And that's because I want to add pleats to it. And when you're adding your pleats, sorry about that, a call came in. I'll have to try and delete that, or get that out of the video. So as I was saying, that now that you're ready to add a design to these valances, okay, or these pieces, I'm sorry, you're going to have to make each piece bigger. And one way you can do that is just to add extra fabric to the 40 inches. Okay, you can also decide decide how to arrive at that by, I was saying something before that, don't overwhelm yourself with doing the entire thing at once when you're practicing on paper or fabric, because it's best to practice first if you're a beginner. Just do one side. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me get back to this. Just do one side, pleat one side. Okay, so always find your center and then you pleat one side. Never shape the bottom, okay, until you're sure of the measurement and if you like it. Okay, so when you pleat one side, you just open back the pleats, and whatever is done to one side will reflect on the other side. And that's the time now you're going to decide how much you want the side to be here. Now this can be 15 inches, it can be less, it can be more, the side. All right, and remember, the length here is the same as here. So this is a full piece of paper or fabric, the measurement, and you decide, okay, I want to come down 12 inches. Okay, so you do that, and then you come down this, the full length remains here. So what you do, you cut it like that. All right, so this now gives you your design, and also enough allowance to be pleated. Okay, and when you pleat all these, now as I said, you do one side and then you do the other side. Okay, so you will have to do 3 of this because now the design has changed, and these flat ones we have now add a design. So now we're going to have the pleats like I always show you. So you will now do 3 of this, and the 3 of this that you have now done will measure 13 inches, or a little over 13 and fraction. So each piece when you finish should give you 40 inches. All right, and then remember when you add these, okay, you can still add this to here and another piece here. Okay, and then one of this, another one would be over here, and then you add this one, and then the other one would be there. Now remember that these are also, unless you're trying to get a little allowance, you don't push them out really to the end unless it's a bigger jabot. But these are not really jabots, these are just the small ones for decorative purposes, maybe to hide any little imperfection or whatever it is. So you actually place it on top of this. Okay, and to the other end you would do the same. You place it to the other hand, and so when you finish you would remain with 40 inches. Hope you understand that. So what if we are using, so if I do a video with 40 inches and give you the full measurement, like the top is 40, the length is 20, okay, the full length is 20 or 25, the side here is 15 or 12, that's okay. But what if now you want to make a smaller one for a smaller window? That is why I don't give the measurement, because you might want to make one that is 36 inches, and we want to divide this into 3 pieces also. And how do we divide it? 12 threes, 36. So now each piece of this, okay, will be 36 inches, and there we have the full width of our design. But what about if we want to add pleats also to this? Well, we'll have to make these a little bigger. So we'll have to, this is 12 inches, you might have to double it 2 times or 2.5 times to get the pleats. And remember, you can decide how many pleats you want to put in. Okay, so if you want 2, you do that. If you want 3, it can be any size you want. Okay, so now that we want to add pleats, these now have removed from 12 inches to I don't want this video to be too long, and what I will do, part 1, 2, or 3 of this, whatever it takes for me to you know, to help you to understand. So I'll continue with a part 2 of this. So I hope you understand what I was trying to say in this video. I really like to help out, and I feel very bad when you ask me a question and I'm not able to deliver at the same time. My phone was also giving a lot of problems. So I'm just asking you to please like, share, and subscribe. And we are at 310, and I really do subscribers, and I really do appreciate you. And a lot of you are watching but you're not subscribing, so help me out. Thank you. See you in the next video.